Hey love bugs, welcome or welcome back. If you're tuning in for the first time, I'm Ashley Bedeck, and today you guys can see we got a little natural vibe going on in the front. Today I've teamed up with ISEE Hair. They sent me over this beautiful 18-inch kinky curly lace wig. So today we did a very simple, quick and easy wig install. No lace, no case. This one has a minimal leave out, and you'll see how I go in and style the natural curly hair and pair it with my natural curly hair. She came out absolutely awesome, and it was simple and easy to do. Now we did come into a little hiccup where you'll see in the video I kind of started off with one set of products and it wasn't working, but I was able to pivot and find something that worked really well and gave me a great look. Of course, you know, we got the big forehead going, so I did do a little bit of baby hair in the front just to kind of give me a vibe, and you know, baby hair is my vibe anyways. So if you want to see how we got the look, the vibe, the install, and get all the tea on this unit, let's get started. Okay love bugs, so you guys already seen in the intro and the title, we've teamed up with ISEE Hair. You guys know what this is going to look like, or the outcome is going to be already, and I have no clue at this exact moment, but I decided to start with a quick little unboxing because I always come to you guys with the wig already out, and I just want to see if you guys prefer it. Of course the whole package came in like the shipping and handling packaging, and when you open it up you're greeted with this really nice gift bag. Mine did break because I am very clumsy, and then also inside of that you do get your actual wig box. Now this one is nice and big and sturdy, and it's definitely high quality. So this one is, you can't break this one. This one here is really nice. Inside we do have our wig, but before we get to that, it was like in a tissue paper, and it does say the ISEE Hair logo. You may not be able to see it that well, but the sticker and then the tissue paper all have the ISEE Hair logo on it. So you open it up almost like a package. I kind of just went ahead and slid off, and then I broke it. I kind of just slid all of my items through the tissue paper because I didn't want to break the seal per se. But inside you do get your language, and it's a couple of things: how to contact them, social media, and all of the things. Then you get a pack of wig caps. This is like a nice little tan color. And then you also get your melt belt, which I'm pretty sure we won't need today considering we're not doing lace, but it's always great to have one of these. And then also we did get the adjustable band. Now this one here already came detached, but of course you can adjust it and attach it should you feel like it'll make your wig feel a little bit more snug. Now to the main attraction. This is our wig here, and as always it comes in a bag like this where it's nice and disinfected. This is a kinky curly wig, and it's 18 inches in length, and of course that's like the stretched length because it is kinky curly, so it'll appear shorter because you guys already know when it comes to curlier textures, especially kinky curly, of course the shrinkage is real. It includes all of like the tissue paper and stuffing and all of the things. So when it comes out, you'll see this is what you're gonna get. And again, 18 inches in length when it's stretched, but when it's curly, this probably is gonna feel or look like 16 curled, not 18 curled, if that makes any sense. But this is a look at the wig and the texture and the density and the length. She's absolutely gorgeous. Again, this is a no lace, no case type of install, so you will have to have your hair, your real hair, or some type of leave out prepped and ready to go, unless you're gonna do like a hairband, or like what am I trying to say, what are these called? Headband. Unless you're gonna have like a headband or something in the front. Typically you want to have like your edges or just a nice thin row of hair out for leave out. Inside you do get tons of combs for security. You get a large one at the very front, and then you get two on the side, so you can really get it in there really good. You also get a elastic band, and this one is removable. ISEE typically has this beautiful wear and go technology, and I believe they trademarked it, or like this is their thing. So they do have the wear and go wig band here, but if this is too much of a bright or eyesore for you, you can switch it out, and they do give you a regular black one, but I like it. And then of course there's a tag attached that says ISEE. And then when you go down to the back, this one has a comb at the nape. It also has the adjustable straps at the nape, and then you also get the drawstring. So they didn't leave anything out. However you feel comfortable making your wig feel comfortable and snug, this one here is going to have you covered, because sometimes some companies will remove the straps in the back and give you the drawstring, and some companies will do vice versa, and some companies will even take away the comb in the back. And then there are customers who live for those things, so they make sure they had all three. So literally your bases are covered. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the tag, adjust the band, and then I also adjusted the strap in the back. Let's go ahead and put her on and get her nice and settled in, and then we'll adjust the drawstring in the back together. Okay, so this is what she looks like on. You guys know it's going to give the forehead realness, so get used to it. I do already have my leave out pre-sectioned out, and it's like in a little twist right here. So I went ahead and sat my wig like right behind where that is. I do have a wig cap on, so you can remove that. It's not necessary to put one on. I just like it for the reinforcement, but I did just take while I was talking to you guys and add that comb in there. And then let's see from the back. So this is the hair from the back. Again, this is 18 inches stretch, and then it gives a little bit shorter when it is nice and shrunk. This is a kinky curly texture, and she's absolutely perfect. I love the density in length on this one because it gives a little bit more of a natural vibe since we are going with a natural leave out. When you flip her out, you can always take the drawstring out. Here is ours. You give her a nice tug. You rely on the stopper to stop wherever you want your wig to sit. Once you have it comfortable, kind of give it a shake and go and just see if you really like where it's at. And then if you do, you kind of want to lift and tuck the drawstring underneath your wig. There's also a comb in there, so if you want, you can go ahead and use that comb to kind of like go into your nape or like your hair at the bottom. And now we are installed from the back. So now, as simple and easy that is, we are installed from the back. I do want to go ahead and start working on the ends, but before we do, let's just work on the length of the hair. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a little bit of water and kind of dampen it a little bit, and then I'm going to use some conditioner. I just left Target and I grabbed some stuff for the girls. They've just been doing 2 ponytails every day, but their hair feels really dry. They need a deep conditioning treatment. So I grabbed these 2 products. This one is a Camille Rose, and it's a guava slip detangler. And then this here is the Camille Rose Honeydew Liquid Moisture Refresher. Just because when they're in the 2 ponytails at night, I'll take the ponytail off, braid their hair down. I just want their hair to just feel so buttery soft at all times, and definitely has been like kind of dry and a little bit brittle. So these are for their hair, but while we're here, I'm just gonna go ahead and sample them on this hair. So I'm gonna start with a little bit of refresher and water, just because I really want to get some moisture in this hair. Then I'm gonna use this for a little bit of slip, and then we're gonna see if we want to add a little mousse on top of that or what we want to do. But first, I think we should probably detangle, because usually if you wet the hair first and then you detangle, you'll find yourself needing more water. So let's just do the detangle first. And the hair off the bat is nice and smooth. It doesn't feel like tangled or rough, and I like the way it instantly fluffed up. So this is like a before and an after. Love the versatility. If you do want to wear it with the out of the box curls, recommend doing that first, and then once you kind of get into it, pull the curls out like this, and this is going to give you more of a natural blown out texture. Even if you want to wear it big like this will be nice, especially if you kind of like cut some shape into it. I'm not really good with the layers, but if you just add some layers and like shape it, already has a pretty good shape, and then you do either your natural leave out or put the headband on, I think that would look so good. What do you guys think of it like nice and big like this? I think like this, it blends with my natural hair very easily, and it feels nice and full. Then you see how it naturally just topples over in the front, concealing my natural hair really good. Okay, so I went ahead and styled the ends. I got it a little bit more damp than I was expecting or that I needed it to be. Now with the products, I think they work perfect and better for natural hair. Just because, like I said before, the girl's hair is typically in like 2 ponytails. So when they wake up in the morning, even if I braid it down at night, it's a little bit dry. So putting something that's a little bit more creamy, because I don't like to actually use like water every morning to like wake up their hair. So having a liquid refresher, it gives them a little bit more like nutrients and like moisture that'll last. And then also the guava slip. I like to have something that's detangling just so I can get through and comb through their hair really nicely. So those products should work amazing. It is time to pick them up, but today my husband's gonna actually pick them up. So this is what it looks like, and I like this because first of all, it's kinky curly texture, so you don't need it to be like defined like regular curly hair is, but also I wanted to give more of a natural vibe, so I don't need like defined ringlets. I want more of the frizz in there as well because that is what's gonna match with my natural hair a little bit better anyways. So I don't think I necessarily need a parting, or I don't have really a method to the madness. I don't think I even want to talk because again, I don't even know what I'm doing, but this is what my hair looks like. The texture of my hair is right now. So I think I could have done like smaller. I would say I could have done smaller like sections, but you guys already know my hair is very thin, so smaller sections would have been like non-existent. But all I did was I took it out of the braid that it had already been in, and I used a little bit of that spray, that curl refresher spray, just to wet it and wake it up. Okay, so this is the look. When I started to fluff it up, I did realize I was starting to lose a little bit of definition, but I like it because I feel like the way this looks blends more with my leave out than without. I did do a great job, in my opinion, of covering, considering the fact that I only left a little bit of hair out. I technically should have left more out because I didn't consider, how do you say it? I didn't consider covering the back. I left enough out for parting or like to style it, but I didn't. And then I kind of didn't want to do a half up, half down. Maybe I'll try that next time, but as I started to fluff it out, I feel like this just blends with my natural hair more. Now, I started off with similar products that I used on the ends, which is those two Camille Rose products, and those work great for moisturizing the hair. I really did like the way my hair felt, but as far as styling the hair, you guys know you gotta have something. So this is something that I learned, I can't tell you who from, because I just be on the Clock app just seeing what is what, and I realized that a lot of people, like when they do like lock and twist or locks or twist, they use something like a lock and twist gel type of situation, and it really does manipulate the texture of the hair to kind of be a little bit more wet and wavy if you don't necessarily have wet and wavy like textured hair. And so that was the game changer. Now it's still a little damp, so it needs to dry. I'm not gonna touch it. Also, I do have a larger forehead, so I do like to put a little baby hair down, but I didn't want to like pull baby hair down and like real hair down and force it. So I just did a little something right there just to give a little something, if that makes any sense. And I like the way it came out. I think it looks really good. Again, I think it will look even better if I would have left more hair out, but setting myself up for the challenge of the fact that number one, my hair is thin, and then number two, I did a thin leave out with thin hair. Leaving the amount of hair that I have out would work if you have a very thick head of hair even better, but it works and it's really good. I do like the layer in this hair. I didn't realize or when I first unboxed it that there is a good amount of layer in here, so it is just drying beautifully. In the bottom or like at the nape, I do have it a little bit more defined than the top, but it's very simple and easy to just go in and just add a little bit more water or even some mousse and it'll curl right back up. But for now, I like it like this because again, this blends. And then again, if I just want to add a little bit of water, that'll kind of give me that look back. And you can also like use your fingers to define the ends. I'm not gonna do that because my ends don't naturally curl like that, so I'm not gonna do that. But yeah, the possibilities are endless. So I'm gonna have a link to this wig down below and all of the details. Be sure to leave me some tips and tricks on how you do your half wigs and how I can slay mine even better if you have any suggestions. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and share with your friends. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Smooches!